the MAXUM Fitness X2. This thing is a freaking tank. 6-post rack, 3x3 tubing, 1-inch holes, 11 gauge steel, articulating arms. You have a 220-pound stack on each side with weight horns on it, a lot of attachments, a lot of storage. Could this be one of the best buys out there in the home gym? Well, stick around to find out. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, so in today's video, we're covering another piece from MAXUM Fitness. So again, if this video was helpful to you guys, I have my link in the description. If you use that link and then check out, I get a small commission. That commission helps me create more content for you guys out there in the home gym. It's very helpful, especially with sales, especially with things coming out, Black Friday, Christmas, and or if you want to get this right now as well. It is very helpful, so I appreciate everyone using that link. Send me an email, say, hey, Luke, use your link. And you have to let me know what you guys think of this rack in your comments too, and drop a like to help support Luke's Garage Gym and the content we have. Also, side note, we are going old school mic. The mic I was using broke on me. So if audio sounds any different, let me know. But honestly, I was pretty impressed whipping out the old school mic. So just want to let you guys know that. But today, we're talking MAXUM Fitness in their X2 6-post rack. Let's first talk about the difference, guys, and then we could do a full comparison video down the road, but I did the SX2. I did 2 videos that you should check out. Essentially, the difference between the two is the SX2 2-post with the built-in Smith machine, and it's 5/8 holes. What's this? There's no Smith machine. It's a 6-post rack, and it's 1-inch holes. Really, honestly, that's the only differences I've noticed. So it's nice that there's options because some people don't care for a Smith machine. Now we'll talk about how you can upgrade that over time because there are attachments you get with this, but it's really wanted to cover what exactly this offers for you guys. If we just take a look at exactly what entails with this piece. The main thing I think is this now has a 6-post rack to it. Why is a 6-post rack nice for people out there in a home gym? Because you're able to have a power rack inside, so you can squat inside, so you have these 4 posts to protect you with your J-cups and spotter arms, which, by the way, use UHMW. And then you have the front here as your functional trainer. And then really, the 2 posts on the back are nice for your storage options. So you're able to get a lot of functionality and versatility. And also, too, it does take up a larger footprint, but you don't feel like you're as crammed. You're able to get in all your lifts. And some of these racks do feel like there's too much shoved into it, but I'm not saying MAXUM does that. There's other racks out there that I'm sure you've seen pictures. It's very overwhelming. But with this, you have a nice amount of space inside the power rack here to do your main power lifts, and then come on the front here to use the functional trainer, which I think is really the standout feature of the X2, and people like that there are 1-inch holes. Now, the pull-up bar, if you guys know, it's got your different multi-grips. You want to go wide, to neutral, to more narrow, so you have the different options that is put up here on the uprights. I did notice that there's like a straight bar back there too. So if you wanted to go back there and utilize that straight bar for a different style of a pull-up, you can do that, which, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I do want to talk about is just how many freaking attachments this comes with. And I do want to talk about the 1-inch hole aspect, because I know that's a huge question of, Luke, will 1-inch attachments from other brands fit on this? I'll pull a couple that I have to show you guys. But in regards to how many attachments this gets, so you get your leg holder right here, which I think is pretty nice that I could just put this down here and just pin it down there and then take it out if I were wanting to, obviously, put this here on the upright. Like what you guys can see in the B-roll, I utilize this one side. If I wanted to do my high pulls, you can obviously just set this up. You bring up a bench, you can utilize it here. And then on the back side, you have is this attachment here that comes on the front beams here that attaches to this, and then you just pin it in, and you're obviously able to then put the arms together to do the 2-to-1 ratio with the articulating arms. So what's cool, I won't lie and say that when I get these together and I line up a bench, I do like utilizing my Rit Fit handles to do those high pulls. It's a really good exercise. You can also do, if you checked out my attachment video, you can get is, you know, the extender kit, like the Darko Longi bar, which then connects these two together, and you can connect your different attachments, and then you would use the attachment that comes with it that goes here, and then get your leg holder to be able to do your high pulls, which is nice. I mean, also the articulating arms are really good too if you're wanting to do your, you know, your chest presses, or if you wanted to try get out here and do a chest fly. These get very far. Like, you notice that these get a lot of length, so they can get extremely wide if you wanted to get a really nice stretch with your chest flies, which I think is a huge win. That's why articulating arms are a really nice added bonus to a lot of these racks. Like I said, continuing attachment wise, you know, you got your low row attachment, and you also got is your UHMW J-cups, your UHMW safety strap spotter arms, that you get a ton of freaking 1-inch hole pins, your pins here that you would utilize, you know, to secure your attachments. Dude, I swear to God, I got like 20 of them. There was a ton. Oops. Fumbling it, which, I mean, is nice because if you have other type of systems that have 1-inch holes, you know, they give you so many, so you could utilize these instead of buying your own to put on your different systems here. What is really cool as well is the attachment wise, you know, there's a landmine in the back. What is really cool, guys, is you have the pulley in the back here, which I can show you guys in the clip here, that would then be pinned here, and you can get the cable, and then you would swoop the cable around if you wanted to do a curl or some seated row. Really, it's because these arms are very long and they don't have the pinpoint adjustments here yet, which the Mutant arms will, so that, you know, you have that ability to utilize that, because obviously, if I talked about in my SX2 video, you know, it's a little awkward doing a curl with how long it is and the angle, so that extra pulley is nice to have that. Now, testing this rack, using this rack, how it feels, how I like it. Now, I was telling you guys, it's essentially, it's the same build as the SX2, except 6-post, 1-inch holes, and there's no Smith machine. Everything else is literally the exact same. You get the same exact attachments, you get the same exact weight stack with the weight horns, and you get the same exact storage, which, by the way, storage, you can have 3 on each side. I only have 1 weight horn on each side right now, just because I have so much options for storage. But you do have up to 6 weight horns you can use. Keep in mind that the weight horns, if you put them and stick them in the middle, it will hit the plate. If you put some plates on the weight horns here, it'll smack against it. So you have to configure a way where you want to put your weight horns, which I just put them super high up. And then you could use, as you have the 1-inch holes on the backside down here, you could set one up over here where you can just set it up there and put some plates there, which is, you know, it's pretty nice. You could set up 2 on each side so that you don't have to worry about this weight horn hitting the side of the plate and it gets in the way. Anyways, that is something in the testing aspect to keep in mind. How does the machine feel? Dude, listen, this machine is incredible. It is incredible. For the price of $3,500, $3,600 because of the different height options, this thing does everything you need and more. This is just the God honest truth. It continues to blow me away with how freaking nice these things are. The fact that I got 2 of these in here is like, dude, oh my God. Really, why I think this is a better option for, I think, the power lifters, because power lifters really enjoy like using their regular barbell to do their main lifts. They don't care for a Smith machine, so that this is a better option for them in that aspect. Or obviously they have the X1. The X1 is more of like a, you know, it's like a half rack functional trainer aspect, which would be nice for those people who just don't care for a Smith machine. This option is obviously nice to have. You know, I haven't really been able to do a whole lot of powerlifting, obviously going through ACL surgery, but I was able to get in here and do some squats. And I do like that there is plenty of depth inside this rack, so that I feel like I'm not crammed have plenty of room to do my main lifts. Have I tested how nice the J-cups are and the spot arms are with dropping a ton of weight? No, but you can just tell that these things are nicely made. You know, they will get the job done. So using the power rack feature with the 4-post here, felt pretty good. Excited to continue to do more squats, try to get some bench press in, but mainly I want to use this to start working on range of motion with my ACL recovery. Now, how are obviously the smoothness of the cables, the smoothness of the machine? They're the same arms as the XS2. And when I talked about it, these arms are so freaking nice, dude. It's so smooth. There's so many exercises. You can get a full body workout, well over 200 exercises you can get out of this. Obviously, if you wanted to do more curls, you know, there's a lot of ways you can work around it, but it is nice you have that pulley up there. You can sit down here, put the cable on to be able to utilize for your different movements in that way. But you'll never run out of just exercise variety. You never will with these racks because there's just so much. And I feel like someone who really is just looking for a system that pretty much does everything you want, dude, this does it. And here's the thing, guys. Lifetime warranty. You get a discount for teachers, military. Appreciate everyone who has served or is serving. First responders. You know, shout out to first responders for also, you know, helping us out in this crazy world. You get that discount. The lifetime warranty is nice. Free shipping the continental U.S. and just a brand that offers good products. So that is a nice added aspect, obviously beyond the testing phase as well. There's just so much to these racks, which I love that there's just so much content to be made, guys. I did have the ability to get their bench in, which you could get their bench as an add-on, which I think if you get a bench or any of their attachments, it takes 20% off. Again, remember, use lukesgaraging.com, use my MAXUM link, which is the link is everywhere. It's hard to miss on lukesgaraging.com in the comments and the description. Yeah, you get it. Support your boy. Anyways, there is just so much versatility and variety. So again, let's cover the basics of what I look for, you know, in the Power Rack guide to help you in making your decisions. So first of all, functionality. When I think of functionality, it's function. Does the rack function and do what you need it to do? Yes, and more. 6 posts for the ability to use it as a power rack, functional trainer. You've got plenty of weight stack here, 220 pounds. If you wanted to put these together for 1-to-1, you wanted to just do one side for 2-to-1, it's not a big deal. You have the weight horns to add on plates if you wanted to do that, which you could probably get easily, you know, 2 45s on each side, which is 180 pounds, which is ridiculous. But hey, if you wanted to try it, go for it. I'm not, because I'm just not going to. Just not. So functional and a ton of attachments. Now, that is something that I wanted to talk about. Attachments. Because I said I want to talk about. Luke, you know, when you watch Gluck's video, Luke, you know, people are asking me, the 1-inch holes on this, are they standard size? Will they fit other brands' attachments? So I'll grab real quick as just an example. If you guys did not see, you know, when I was doing my attachment video with the Mutant Metals dip bar, that fit perfectly fine and snug in this. Now these are the J-cups from, you guys can check out, is one of my favorite budget-friendly all-in racks. This is the Echo Strength J-cups. You know, these are for 1-inch holes, and they fit perfectly fine in here. Honestly, they fit perfect. Again, and these are 1-inch holes, and these are not the ones that come from MAXUM. So they're Echo. So that is nice. The Mutant Metals dip bar fit fine. So I think most attachments that you get will fit fine. But in my opinion, do you really even need them? You get so much. You don't really need to get more. I personally, if you notice, I actually have these RIT Fit handles are here because I prefer these over the ones they get because they're just kind of like the ones that MAXUM give you. They're attachment-wise, which, you know, I talked about with the SX2. You get the curl bar, the lat pull-down bar. The handles are just okay. You'll get the job done. If it were up to me, the only attachments I would actually buy separately from what the rack gives me is I'd want some nicer D handles. I mean, nice. These are 20 bucks. Still one of my favorites. I'd probably get a really nice set of the multi-grip handles for my different pulling movements. I'd probably get a nice curl bar, which you can see in the B-roll. I was using the Rit Fit one, which I'd probably get. And honestly, that's all I would need in attachment-wise, because every other attachment they give you is plenty to be able to get all the different exercise variety out there. But that is something to know. I know a lot of people were asking about that from the attachment aspect. So you know me, I blab, so we really did just hit on versatile attachments, functionality, durability, obviously, aspect. The rack is commercial grade. It's 3x3 11 gauge steel. So it is built to last with hundreds of people using it on a daily basis. Because when you hear commercial grade, it means you could put this in your big box Planet Fitness, Anytime Fitness, you know, the really fancy YMCAs, Lifetime Fitness. These can go in there and be put to good use over time with many people. Obviously, I've never seen one of these in a commercial gym, but just that's kind of what the meaning of commercialized piece of equipment mean. So from a home gym aspect, this thing is overbuilt like crap, will last you the rest of your life. It's a buy once, cry once piece, hands down. If you are breaking this up and destroying it, then you clearly just, let's say you got some problems. You need to settle down there, champ. Again, but I'm also the kind of person that takes care of my equipment, and that's something I wanted to say. If you want to make sure that your stuff is durable, guys, spray the crap out of this machine once a month with silicone spray, the guide rods, the pulley systems to continue to make your commercialized home gym piece smooth and long lasting. The cables are obviously aircrafted with just, you know, precision and however they were able to create it so that it can last a long time. So very durable. But if we were to talk quickly about a durable aspect, the cable system here, if you watch my hack, actually, I talked about the rubber ball, the little rubber head here. When I spray this, it gets to a point where the rubber head gets stuck into the system here. So what I did was I actually used some zip ties here. I zip tied it. I got it really tight so that the rubber head does not go anywhere. I would personally, I saw Gluck's video. The cable balls are different. I like the cable ball. It's all embedded in one. I use it as an Allen key. Prefer those over these. And I also just cannot stand these carabiners with a little screw. They suck. I love MAXUM, love the rack, but those carabiners suck. That's why I have my own over here compared to this one, because I just cannot stand having to keep freaking unscrewing this to get on my attachment. So, you know, that's just a random rant on itself. Warranty, customer service. You know, I remember my first video, people were talking smack about customer service. Again, I've had a good experience with MAXUM, with Bob, just from feeling just like a person, not even just this influencer dude. I've had a good experience. The warranty is fantastic. I mean, lifetime. Come on. Last the rest of your life. I'd be stunned if you'd ever have to actually use the warranty with how nice this is, but it's nice to know you have that aspect added to it. Price-wise as well, guys, $3,500, $3,600, I think is very fair. Very fair for how much this offers. So at the end of the day, is this rack worth it if you're looking into it? Yeah. Like, dude, come on. Like, it's a no-brainer. It's a tank drop in your gym. It will last you the rest of your life. And it's nice to know that he is upgrading these arms so that when they come out, you know, say you want to buy the rack now, you can get them over. You want to replace them, you can with the Mutant arms. It is nice that if you wanted to get their trolley system for a Smith machine, you can get that, which I'm hoping to review. If you want to get their SSXSA, I want to say Smith machine attachment, which I do have that I will put on here to make a video, you can get that. So there's upgrades you can get over time. You can get the bench with the leg extension, leg curl attachment that connects to these arms as well. So there's a lot of things in the catalog, in the category to continue to grow your system. So MAXUM Fitness obviously is just a home gym brand that adds a lot of functionality out there. So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments. I hope the audio was okay. The piece that I got for the mic is just showing up when this is arriving. So I apologize if the audio is a little funky compared to the rest. No, it'll be fixed for the next videos. Appreciate everyone liking, commenting, subscribing, and using MAXUM Fitness's Luke's Garage Gym link if you buy this equipment now, during the holidays, whenever you watch this video. It is free to you. It gives me a kickback to continue doing what I do in the home gym community. Appreciate you guys checking out this video. Cannot wait to bring you guys more content soon on MAXUM Fitness and Luke's Garage. It's Luke, Luke's Garage Gym. See you guys later.